It is common to run into situations where you need a clean Windows environment without dual booting, without risking your host system. This is where VMware on Windows 11 come in, but only if you configure everything right. Let's first download VMware Workstation Pro. It is free for personal use. You can download Fusion for Mac or Workstation for Windows. You would need to create a free Broadcom account to complete the download. In the next step, let's download Windows 11 ISO file from Microsoft's website. ISO file is the last on the list, and you need to select 64-bit version. The good thing is, you don't need product key just yet. You can skip the activation during the install. Once your VMware is installed and Windows 11 ISO file is downloaded, let's launch VMware and create new virtual machine. I recommend you choose Custom Advanced option for more control. On this screen, you need to choose virtual machine hardware compatibility. If this is something new for you and you don't need to worry about previous versions of VMware, you can select Workstation 17.5 or later. And then click Next. On this screen, you need to point to Windows ISO file you downloaded from Microsoft. Give your new virtual machine a descriptive name. This is especially important if you have multiple virtual machines and would need to uniquely recognize one later. Windows 11 requires Trusted Platform module to operate, which means that some of the files would need to be encrypted. I only recommend encrypting necessary files, since encryption slows down the performance. If you need to enable Secure Boot, make sure to select this checkbox. In the next few screens, we would need to configure specifications for your virtual machine. Here on the screen, you see minimum specs and optimal specs. I certainly recommend that you choose optimal specs, especially if your host hardware allows for that. This would ensure faster performance. I chose 2 processors and 2 cores per processors, where total process cores equals 4. For the RAM, I recommend at least 16 GB. Choose the default network translation. This would allow your virtual machine to access host network configuration. Choose the recommended LSI logic controller, as well as the recommended disk type. Here's the important consideration when creating new virtual disk. I recommend at least 128 GB. Windows's disk space usage grows very fast, especially after you install updates. I also recommend storing virtual disk as a single file for faster performance. Before I click the Finish button, let's look at the most common misconfigurations, with the hope that you didn't make one. Number 1 is assigning too little of the disk space, especially less than 64 GB. This causes installation or update failures later. Number 2 is assigning one CPU core. This will lead to very unstable sluggishness. Number 3 is storing VM on the Cloud Sync folder. This may corrupt VMware file, so make sure you use only local disk. And last but not least, selecting low host RAM. This stars your virtual machine and causes crashes and VMware freezes. I hope you didn't make any one of these mistakes, so I can safely click the Finish button. Once configuration is complete, we can power on this virtual machine. Now we can follow Windows installation steps. First, make sure you select the right language, and make sure you acknowledge that everything will be deleted, including files, apps, and settings. You can enter product key later. In the image screen, make sure you select the right version of operating system. You should select the one for which you have the license key, because it's very hard to change later. I'm going to select Windows 11 Pro. You need to accept the license terms, and then select the disk on which it's going to be installed. Everything's ready for the installation, so all you need to do is click the install button. Installation typically takes 10 to 15 minutes. Make sure to use default settings unless otherwise needed. On the Windows configuration screen, select your country or region. Make sure you select the right keyboard layout for your area. I'm going to skip adding second keyboard layout. In this section, Windows is checking for updates, making sure you have the most secure configuration. After reboot, Windows is ready to continue the configuration process. When assigning a name to virtual machine, make sure it's unique in your network configuration. Don't be surprised if Windows does multiple reboots during the configuration process. Make sure to choose the right usage type for Windows, either for personal use or for work and school. You can either use Microsoft account to sign in or select local account. I will select domain join instead and create a local account. Make sure you select secure password to avoid any compromises. You also would need to select 3 security questions so you can log in even after you forgot your password. On this screen, you can choose your privacy settings. If you're really concerned about privacy, I recommend turning everything off. Windows checked for updates and determined that there are 3 additional updates that would need to be installed. And this is something you cannot skip, so be prepared to wait for another 5 to 10 minutes. After updates are complete, you're ready to go, but I recommend you do one last step, which is install VMware Tools. Installing VMware Tools helps with mouse movements, display resolution, clipboard sync, and drag and drop. To install VMware Tools, you need to navigate to VM and then install VMware Tools. This inserts virtual ISO image with VMware Tools into the virtual disk drive. All you need to do now is to navigate into the File Explorer and complete the installation. For the VMware Tools, you can safely go with the default options. And after installation is complete, your PC will require a reboot. After VMware tool installation is complete, I recommend you do a few additional steps for secure and optimal Windows configuration. It's a good time now to take a VMware snapshot. This is your backup for installed operating system. To do it, navigate to VM, click Snapshot, and select Take Snapshot. I recommend you enable auto updates inside Windows. To do this, select Check for Updates in the Start menu, and then here, select Get the latest updates as soon as they're available. And last but not least, after you installed VMware Tools, I recommend installing an antivirus. I recommend Malwarebytes. It is free and it provides excellent protection. If the content was helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video.